Hi everyone, my name is Pavitra Veer, Department of Chemistry. Today we are going to discuss a topic called surface coating. In that we will study what are dyes. Dyes are colored organic compounds that are used to impart color to various substrates including paper, leather, fur, hair, drugs, cosmetics, waxes, greases, plastics and textile materials. A dye is a colored compound normally used in solution which is capable of being fixed to a classification of dyes. In that we have two types, natural dyes and synthetic dyes. It is based on its nature of source. When we compare natural dyes with the synthetic dyes, natural dyes are colorants derived from plants, invertebrates or minerals. The majority of natural dyes are vegetables dyes from plant sources. For example, root, berries. Berries are nothing but fruits, bark, leaves and wood. Other organic sources include fungi and leeches also. In synthetic dyes, almost all colors that you use in our daily life are synthetic dyes. Synthetic dyes are used everywhere in everything, from cloths to paper, from wood to food. This is because they are cheaper to produce, brighter in color, more color fast. We can get so many shades of colors and easy to apply on fabric. For example, acid dyes, azo dyes, basic dyes, modern dyes, etc. These are the types of dyes. When we come to the surface coating, wax polishing is the major role in which wax is best used after cleaning and polishing to make your car's paintwork shine. And not only for cars, we can use for other substrate also. It does this by smoothing out the painted surface by filling swirls and scratches with a protective coating. See, you can see the images in the beginning or before it has some scratches on the substrate. After wax polishing, it is covered or it gives a protective layer and it covers swirls and scratches. So instead of removing a fine layer of paint like polish does, car wax smooths out over on the top of the paint. This is the application of wax polishing. Next we have a major role of metallic coating in surface coatings. Coating of a metal on a substrate metal requiring protection against corrosion is metallic coating. Types, we have two types, anodic metal coating and cathodic metal coating. Coating the substrate metal with more anodic metal is called anodic metal coating. For example, galvanizing. In cathodic metal coating, coating the substrate metal with a more cathodic metal. For example, tinning. Next we have electroplating. This is a major point. See, an electrolytic process of formation of a thin protective coating of a non-reactive or superior metal on an article made of a more reactive or inferior metal. See, you can see the image. In this we have taken two electrodes. One is metal or the substrate on which we have to coat, and copper is the coating metal. Here the metal or the substrate is made as cathode and the copper is made as anode, where cathode is negatively charged in nature. Hence the Cu2 plus, that is cation, positively charged, is moving towards the metal surface, and see, you can get a copper coating on the substrate. On passing electric current, the copper is dipped in a copper sulfate solution and the copper ions, Cu2 plus cations, move towards the cathode. This is the process. Why we have to do electroplating means to protect the article from rusting or the corrosion, to make the article look better for attractive purposes. Most commonly used metals for electroplating are copper, chromium, silver, tin, etc. The anode usually is made of the plating metal and the object to be plated is cathode. Here also the same thing. Next we have next type, that is electroless plating. In electroless plating, it is plating without the use of electrical energy. Instead of electrical energy, we are using a chemical reducing agent. The catalytic reduction process is taking place. See, a chemical reduction process which depends upon the catalytic reduction process of a metal ions in an aqueous solution. Thus, that aqueous solution containing a chemical reducing agent and the subsequent deposition of the metal. Typical choice for irregularly shaped, highly detailed parts shapes because of completely uniform deposit thickness and high precision. We get a accurate plating. Hence we will use this electroless plating. Next one is metal spraying. You can see the image what's happening here. The metal which we have to spray or a coat, it is converted into molten state first and then it is applied on the substrate. See, metal spraying is a process used across a vast range of different industries and involves having a high degree of heat in order to achieve a molten state. Once the molten state is achieved, the material is then meticulously atomized into tiny particles, that is planned and applied on the substrate and then sprayed onto the surface you are working with, on which we have to apply the metal coating, and this is called metal spraying. Then we have anodizing. This is a very important. Nowadays it is having a vast application in the industrial levels. Anodizing is an electrolytic passivation process, that is anti-corrosive process, used to increase the thickness of the natural oxide layer on the surface of the metal. So it is nothing but oxide layer via substrate. The process is called anodizing because the part to be treated forms the anode electrode of an electrolytic cell. So hence we are calling it as anodizing. Anodizing is an electrochemical process that converts the metal surface into a decorative, durable, corrosion resistant, anodic oxide finish. Aluminium is ideally suited to anodizing, although other non-ferrous metals such as magnesium and titanium also can be anodized. So finally, by the anodizing process, we will get an attractive and anti-corrosive surface coating. So this is the surface coatings